Hi people! Okay, so this is the first installment of my Becoming series. I thought I would show you how I become Wirt. Well, more specifically how my sister becomes Wirt. Because I am making a Wirt cosplay for her, because over the garden wall is life. I did do a short cost test of Wirt before, and I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm really looking forward to my sister dressing up as Wirt, and we're gonna have an over the garden wall group, and it's gonna be just freaking awesome. Okay, so I thought that I would show you my process starting from planning the outfit to sewing to props to the final cost test of it. I hope that you guys can stick with me as I become Wirt. Okay, so first things first, I want to show you guys my sketches of him. Before I do any cosplay, I do a sketch of how I'm going to make it and how it looks. Okay, so first of all, I had a ton of reference images on my phone, and I used those to draw this basic little word right here. This is the proportion he has in the cartoon. But since he is a cartoon and I am a real person, I decided to change some of the dimensions. If you see here, his cape goes down past the knee, and he also has buttons which go down half of the cape. For me, I decided to make the cape go about half my thigh and stay above the knee, because if I do it below the knee, then I'll look like this huge bulking figure. I also made the buttons go about a third of the cape. Since it is pretty basic, it's just a cape, I drew out the different patterns which I think that I would need. It is kind of simple, so I kept it really simple. If anything was more intense than this, then I would look up a ton of tutorials and find a pattern pre-made and then draw this out, but as you can see, this one's literally comes up with 3 different parts, so, well, 4 different parts if you count the collar, so I thought that it should be rather simple. I also measured out everything that I need, as you can see. I also did the materials that I need. I had about 2 yards of red, 2 yards of dark blue, a swatch of lighter blue, and a swatch of medium blue, and 6 buttons. I also drew out the hat and the suspenders, which I need, and the shirt. Also wrote out everything else I need. Okay, so I already sewed part of my cape. This is the inside part because Wirt has like red underneath. Okay, so this was super simple. There's 3 parts. You just have to make sure that the nice parts are going to be on the inside. Okay, so I made this base part of the cape out of the patterns. I'm now pinning it to the blue fabric just to steady it when I'm cutting it. I'm leaving a lot of fabric out on the collar part because I'm not sure how much I want so far, and I'll just cut it to how I like later. Okay, so now we have the back part of the cape. Now we're going to make the 2 front parts. We're going to start making this the same exact way as we made the back part of the cape, but this time, instead of keeping one whole piece, we're going to fold it, pin it to steady it, and then cut it. Okay, so now you have to pin your 3 parts together. It gets a little harder when you get to the rounded part because it won't lie flat nicely. Once you put it on, it'll be fine, but right now you kind of have to struggle with it. Okay, then you have to pin the blue outside and the red inside together. Make sure to have the right sides of the fabric together because we will flip it out so you will not be able to see any of the stitching. So I can't show you my sewing process, but I did take some pictures. Here I was just doing the side of the cape, well, the bottom of it. When I stitched it together, you see that even if we used the red part of the cape to cut out the blue part, it still didn't really match up completely well. So I just kind of let it drape how it went, and I just cut off this extra blue part and just sewed along the line. Okay, so now I am making the collar. I have just some fabric. I'm folding it to how I want it, pinning it again to keep it steady. I'm doing about like 3 inches at this point, and then I try to fold it in half after I cut it, just to make sure that it's the same length all the way through. I'm also making it more sturdy inside by putting a thicker fabric inside of it. It happens to be the same fabric which I'm using for the red part. It doesn't really matter what, but I just kind of cut it out, traced it, and just cut it to side so it can fit on the blue collar piece. Okay, so I did have some problems with the cape. I had to, like, what is this called? Like, oh god, I forgot what this is called. But like I took some of the fabric and I had to like shorten it and cut it because it was making this weird lump in the back. So you may have to do that. I just like tried it on and just wasn't working. So it's not sewn yet, that's why it's kind of lumpy. Now here's the top part. I just need to stitch around here. I'm stitching this side and this together, so then you will not see the stitch on this side. Again, it's kind of nasty right now because it's not stitched. Okay, so I want to show you guys the cape so far. This is it. As you can see, the collar is not officially attached yet. It is literally bobby pinned. Okay, so thank you for watching so far. That is all I'm going to do for this first video, and I'll continue in my next video with finishing up the cape, doing the buttons, and probably some of the other things. Okay, so please stick around. Thanks for watching.